Welcome back to our channel. Yes, this is our channel, my friends. Sorry about the late start, but just gathering up some extra bait for us today. I was able to snag a couple shad over here. Got about 2 dozen night crawlers over there, and man, you guys, they remember all those that Asian carp? They are stacked in here. I mean, they are just wall to wall back here. I mean, they're everywhere back here. Already, while I was snagging those shad, I've already caught 5 of those Asian carp, and I hooked them right in the mouth too. All right, hold on to your hats, folks. Welcome back to our channel. Yes, this is our channel, my friends. All right, let's get in here. Man, every time I take a cast back there in that in that corner, they are like all back there, just all shadows back there. All right, let's see if I can get another one on here. Oop, pop, come on. Oop, got him. Fish on, folks. Fish on. Got him, my friends. Oh, popped off. Ooh. What I say? Man, they're back here, folks. Hold on to your hats. Yeah, they are really stacked back in there. Plus, I was able to catch 2 white bass while I was doing this as well. There's there's shad back here. I mean, literally, this is the first time I've seen shad down here in this part of the river in over 2 years. Let's see if I can get another one on. I want to get one of these in for you guys. Once I get it through that school, they usually pop it. Oh, man. Add him for a second. Yeah, I do have my other rods set up over there that we can fish with other things, but these guys, these are some massive Asian carp right now. So, oh man, let that drag set a little bit too loose, and I forget with these guys, the power of these guys, I gotta make sure I've got this back reel. Yeah, there's a ton of little itty bitty shad over here, about 1.5 inches, 2 inches long. Snagged like 5 of them, so we've got some extra bait. Yeah, I'm not trying to snag those Asian carp. I'm hooking these suckers in the mouth. Surprisingly, they're hitting. Pop, come on. Oh, dude, missed him. Pop. Man, that hit hard. I got to remember, these guys have got no bones in their mouths. So when you hook them, you got to fight them very lightly. Oh, dang it, dude. Every cast back in that cove, they're popping it. Just keeping them hooked. Hold on to your hats, folks. Hold on tight, because they are some big ones back here. Freaking bail. Hey, gummit. I hate it when that happens. Literally 3 or 4 turns, and one of them guys pop it. That's the first cast. First cast without one smacking it. Oh, dang it. Woohoo. Man. There's a difference between them running into it and them hitting it. Because when you run into them, you just feel dead weight. When one hits it, it really jolts. I'm trying not to set the hook when I feel just weight. Because I don't want to snag them. I want to hook them in the mouth. I just thought I'd come back here and try for these guys for a minute. Yeah, we've already had one hooked and up to the surface. Now, where are they? I see them now. Right there in one big school. Yeah, I see them now. There must be 200 of them back here, folks. Oh, pop, come on. Dang it. That was a white bass right by the bank, too. I was off the school. We're not going to give it too long, folks. Oh, dang it. Pop hard. I mean, I could set the hook into them, and I definitely would snag one, but I want to try to get these guys in the mouth. Bail it and click over on me. Got him, folks. Fish on. Fish on, folks. We got that one in. We got the hook into that one, I think. Yeah, we got the hook into that one, folks. Up, pop. Up, he's still on there. He's still on there. Yeah, we got the hook into that one, folks. Man, these guys have got power to them. Look at these guys just running around in circles. Popped off finally. He's still on there too. He's running with it. He's running with it, folks. Now, we hooked one, guys. Now we got to land it. This is on 6-pound fluoro. Now, it looks like I got him right on the side of the head again. Not too bad. Man, this thing is nothing but solid fish back here right now. Let me see if I can get a little closer to you guys. This is a massive fish. Took us a minute, but we hooked one. This is on one of your Dougie Doug. This is on one of the spinners you sent me, and I can't pull these guys too hard because what'll happen is that hook will rip right out of their. They've got almost no bones. I mean, it's all just meat. If I got him right up here on the top of the head, so he smacked at it definitely. Getting these guys in the mouth is almost impossible. So if you get them close, you're doing pretty good. Well, right on the side, anyways. Come on, big girl. Come on. Yeah, that's about 10. I go about 8 or 10 on this one. These guys are beautiful. I know they're considered evasive. Man, they're pretty. They're very pretty fish, folks. We got one. We got them, folks. Just barely on the side. Yeah, that'll go about 8 pounds. Sorry, I was off feed there, wasn't I? Oops. Sorry, folks. That's our first fish of the day. Beautiful guy. Man, picture perfect. Look like big shad. Gotta love it, my friends. Yeah, this one is not happy. And he's trying already to get me good. I love it. Man, they are stacked in here. I'm gonna have to ask you guys if you want me to go over there and fish for regular fish or just try to get these guys for a while because there are hundreds of them back there. Beautiful fish, my friends. Yep. He wants to go. He wants to go, my friends. Hey, he ain't opening his mouth either for anybody, is he? And he got his mouth shut. Dude, weird. I love it, my friends. All right, buddy. Yeah, these guys are all beautiful fish, though. All right, hey, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know they're considered evasive, but tell you what, I love catching fish, and I ain't gonna kill nothing unless I have to. I don't know about you guys, but I love getting different species of fish. Hope you guys are enjoying the show, my friends. Yep, happy Friday, my friends. Happy Friday. Sorry about the late start. I had to get bait. We've got about 2 dozen night crawlers, and we've got about 4 or 5 shad over there. That's the reason why I was able to find these guys, was because yeah, I went back here looking for the shad and found these guys. Let's see, Wild, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Wild says, let's go. Let's see, and Bonnie. Bonnie, how you doing today, Bonnie? Bonnie says, hello, Mike. Get him. And Gail says, I'm not wearing a hat. Dude, put on a hat. It's hot. Let's see, Alan with the I'm not sure what kind of emojis. Let's see, Alan says, hi, my guys. How you doing today, Alan? Out and about with man. Man says, hello, everyone. Alan says, nice catch. That's the end, Lisa. How you doing today, Lisa? Lisa says, hi. Lisa says, nice. Thank you, Lisa. Wild says, stay and get the river monsters. Got you, my friend. Let's see, Gail says, nice carp. Bonnie says, let's catch some amazing carp. Sounds good to me, my friends. All right, let's see. 14 incredible people in and seeing 20 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let's get back down here and see if we can hook into another one of these monsters. Yeah, this is 6-pound floral, so I'm a little over. Yeah, they got a pretty good advantage on me. Oh, that was one. Smacking at it. Man, I saw that fish. He was chasing it. Now, you don't tell me Asian carp don't hit bait sometimes. Train, folks. That's our first train of the day. Let's see, where are you guys? I see him over here. I see him. Dang it, bad cast. Stupid bail. Dang it. Hey, another shad. Awesome. Keep getting some extra cut bait. Yeah, that's why I'm doing that. That's why I started down here, folks, to get some of these guys. This is our 6th shad of the day. So, first on feed. Yeah, we're also getting some cut bait for later on. Yeah, that's a shad, folks. Check that out. That's a cool little shad. That's gonna be cut bait. We're gonna put that in a bucket over here and use that for cut bait. Awesome. Let's keep up with it. Keep on fishing. I'll take a couple more casts from over here. I can see them back there. They're still back there. Pop, pop. Come on, hit it. That's why I came back here to grab some shad, but I kept hooking the Asian carp down here. Pop, come on. Come on, hit it. Yeah, that was a river brute, folks. That wasn't quite a 10-pounder, but close. Let's see. Bonnie says, let's get some amazing carp. And Spawn, how you doing today? Spawn says hello, everyone. Maple. Catastrophe. Let's see. Bonnie says that's a cute little fish. Yeah, those are actually cut bait. So we'll use those for cut bait to catch the bigger ones. And I don't mind keeping shad because they reproduce in the tens of millions. And yeah, 99% of those fish get eaten already. That's a massive food source for the fish. So yeah, they probably should have settled down by now. After you get one, it takes them a minute or two to settle back down before they start hitting again. Let's see, where are you guys? I see a school of them over there to the right. I see a school to the right and a smaller school to the left. I don't think they want to leave this little gully here. There's a whole bunch of them right over here, just working around this edge. I'm just waiting for one to smack it. It's nice to come down here and catch a fish quickly for once. And we do have worms and stuff. I have my rod rigged up, both rods rigged up and ready to go over there. So these guys slow down. We could just, oh, pop. Dang it. I wonder what them are. Those are light pecks. Those are like white bass and stuff right there. I haven't been able to hook them those yet. Well, yeah, I hooked a couple white bass already. Not very big though. Dang it! Really? Be nice to hook a white bass too. And it's really deep in this little spot, so you can almost jig your bait up and down. I think it's about 30 feet deep right in front of me. So this hole is extremely deep, but it gets cut off from the rest of the river eventually. Oh, got him, folks. Oh, popped off. I still got him. I still got him, folks. He's still on there. Jeez, folks. Man, got him. Fish on. That time, no, he's still running with it. Man, these fish can run. We got another one, folks. Whoa, girl. Whoa, easy. Easy. Yeah, these guys run. Look at them. I keep thinking the hooks come out. He's just running back. Did you see that fish jump on camera? Well, you probably couldn't see that right on the left angle. He just about banked himself. He jumped out of the water and just about landed on the rocks over there. Come on, girl, get your head up. I don't want to pull too hard because these guys are pretty hard to. Oh, I got him in the back fin. Yeah, I got him in a little wonky of a location. I'm guessing the hook pop. A lot of times the hook will pop out of these guys and it'll wind up hooking them on the back. But that's okay. Any way you can hook these fish are considered legal. And it's not like we're keeping them, so another one on, folks. Gotta watch these rocks. I actually seem to fight them better on this lighter stuff than the heavier stuff. I don't know what it is about the heavier line. I'm on, big girl. This is the second one of these big guys we've gotten already today. I'm trying to get her out of the school so she'll stop spooking them. She don't want to leave. It looks like I might have hooked this one in the head, but the line's wrapped around him. Interesting. Yeah, fish is a fish, folks. And these guys fight. That's why it says in my bio, I fish for anything that swims. Come on, big girl. Come on. Man, these guys are just brutes, folks. They are. Yeah, she is not done yet. She's just working her way up current. Come on. Come on, turn around. Come on, turn around, dang it. Yeah, she won't give up. Ah. Yeah, that's a 10. Oh, man. We got her, folks. I think we do. Nope, not quite yet. Didn't get to touch her. Come on. I don't want to touch that line. This is only 6-pound fluoro. Come here, girl. Oh, yeah, we got her. Yep. Thank you, fishy. Ah. Hooks out. See how easy those hooks pop out of these guys? Oh, dude. Whoa. Yeah, whoa. Ah. Ah. Man, these guys are hard to handle. They're just oblong enough shape to where they're tough to get a grip on. All right, folks, there we go. That's our second of the day. Ah. Yeah, these are some big old river monsters. Big guys. I love it, my friends. I love it. All right, let's get you in here closer. This tablet out of the way so I don't get it mucked up. Ah, incredible, my friends. That's our second big one of the day. Ah, check that guy out. I love it. All right. What do you think? All right, buddy. Wait. Yep. Yeah. Yep. This one wants back in. This one wants back in. All right. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Man, I keep this up, I'm gonna die in an hour. Sheesh. And we're frozen, aren't we? I gotta refresh. Got crap on the screen. It won't come off. Causes the tablet to not want to function. Get a piece of tissue out of my pocket. Hang on, folks. Let me get back into chat. I did. That's why I slid that down. I didn't want it to get messed up, but it still did anyways. Hope you guys are enjoying the show today, my friends. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry it took me so long to get out today. And man, my hair is all friggin' messed up, isn't it? Oh well. And why does it go to that crap? This tablet has a commercial thing. Every time you go on, it's got to go to the owner of the company. Yeah. Had to refresh here. All right, here we go. Bonnie says, that's a cute fish. That's the end. John, how you doing today, friend? My friend John says hi. And Munchie, how you doing today, Munchie? Munchie says hello. Mr. Bait and Tackle. Mr. Bait and Tackle says, good luck, MVP. Thank you, my friend. Bait and Tackle says, woo. Jump like a dolphin. It did, didn't it? That's the end. Josie, how you doing today, Josie? Josie says hi. And Ed says, hey, Mike and Cuz. How you doing today, Cuz? Cuz says, hello, everyone. Ed says, Cuz. Cuz says, hi, Ed. Ed says, Mr. Bait and Tackle. Cuz says, 32 likes. Let's double tap that screen. Yep, double tap the screen. Subscribe and share. Share us out, my friends. It's free. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thank you, Cuz. That's the Alaskan. How you doing today, my friend? Alaskan says, hey, MVP. Ed says, Munchie. Ed says, Ed. AAA, hello. At AAA says, Edward. And Alan says, nice fish. Cuz says, beautiful carp, cuz. Ed says, nice catch. Ed says, awesome fish, Mike. AAA says, nice. And positive pokes. Yeah, they are technically evasive, but I'm not going to kill anything unless I'm going to eat it. I'm not going to do it. Or use it for bait to catch something else. Yeah, I'm not going to do that, folks. Gail says, big old carp. Ed says, Gail, hello. Cuz says, hey, Gail. Alaskan says, not frozen. Ed says, positive pokes hello. Positive says hi. And Magoo, how you doing today, my friend? Magoo says, everyone tap the screen. Ed says, Magoo. Abby, how you doing today, Abby? Abby says hi. Ed says, hi, Abby. And Cuz says, Abby, how are you today? 22 incredible people in and 39 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. All right, let's see if we can get one more of these monsters on before we move over here and do some regular fishing with bait. Man, this is just a little 6-pound fluoro, folks, so I figured they didn't have much to run. I had a pretty good chance of landing them back here, even on the light gear. So I'm going to get more strikes. Yeah, we've got 6 shad and 2 dozen night crawlers over there, waiting to see if we can get some other species of fish down there. Yeah, Asian carp are dying all over the country right now, so they're becoming less evasive by the day, if you guys have heard about it. There's some sort of microbacteria that is in most cold water streams that's been killing those Asian carp off. Probably one of these species that'll just disappear on its own. I think anything down in this river that is so small like that, well, silvery and it has no protection, is just going to be another food source for these guys. Because that fish has no protection except for the fact that it's fast. People say you can't catch Asian carp. Well, I've seen that a lot of times if they're around, they'll be schooled up. And if you throw anything near that school, they're going to smack at it. Now, keeping them on is difficult because you got to fight them softly because the hook will pop out on them. Heck, there are areas in this country where they consider crappie to be evasive. Oh, pop, come on. Man, that sucker hit it twice back there. There are some big ones back here, folks, and not all these are Asian carp. Seeing some white bass mixed in and some gar. Dang it. Pop again. Yeah, that's two of those guys already. I'm already happy. We're going to head over here in just a minute and get our other rods back. That was a pretty good pop right there. These guys usually aren't Asian carp right by this tip here. They're usually like white bass and stuff. And that was something popped on a number of times. Oh, dude, I felt him. That's one quick hammer. Hmm. Twice. Those guys are fun. No doubt about that. I think we're going to take a couple more casts, folks, and we're going to get over there and start regular fishing. Got him, folks. Dang it. That was a white bass. That was a white bass, folks. That was a white bass about maybe half pound. Yeah, I've got a much smaller, lighter weight spinner on. That's the reason why I'm hooking these guys. The other day I was using a heavier one because I was using my heavy line. With this little 6 pound fluoro, I can cast even these little tiny ones. Man, I wish that freaking white bass would hit again. I had him right up to the top and he come off. Dang it. Again. Hmm. Yeah, I'm doing that when I get near the edge because this is where all the schools of shad are setting right here. So I'm trying to see if I can snag a couple more of them suckers. Well, that's two of them big brutes we've got on. That's why the name of this live feed is Hold On. Hold on tight, because there are some monsters back here. And I'm sure once these guys have settled, we can come back here. I'll keep an eye out while we're fishing over there, and we can always come back over here and take some more casts for them. They seem to be running around in circles right now. They do not want anything to do with sitting still. They know something's up. I've caught two of them. And these guys are filter feeders, folks. So down here in Honesty, the only other species that are going against them are paddlefish, and you almost never see paddlefish down here anymore. Oh, look at them. Chased it. That was one of them biggers. That was one of them big guys. Bigger ones. Oh, pop. All right, folks. I think we're going to move back over here, and we're going to move over our usual spot and start fishing for regular fish. Because these guys are running around in circles. I got them spooked. We need to give them a little bit of time to relax. All right, one more cast and we'll get back there. Where do I want to put this last cast? Right in that side. That wasn't where I wanted it. I wanted it about 3 feet to the right, but that'll do. All right, folks. Let's get over here and we'll get our regular rods out because these rocks are really starting to hurt my back. Anyways, give my back a rest and my arms a rest after battling those brutes. We'll get back over here and start doing some regular fishing. I have all my gear over here, so all we have to do is pretty much move the camera and grab one backpack. And we got some fresh shad, and we got some worms. Should be able to get some fishies down here today. We've already caught 2 big Asian carp. Pretty good start. All right. Looking good on this. I'll get that fully set up here in just a minute. Got to go get our shad, our camera bag, and coffee and tablet. Let's see, where was I in chat so I know where I am? All right, Ed says Magoo. All right, let's get this going over here. Hang on, folks. I'll be over there, back over there in just a minute. Yeah, we've got some shad. I also got some corn and soybean chum. Try to get these grass carp and these common carp in here to start feeding. And man, I need a drink of something too. My throat is super dry. Whew. Yeah, I didn't want to throw these out until I was over here with them, because you guys know how fish like to steal my fishing rods. Mean suckers. Yeah, they will steal my rods and they won't give them back. Fishy thieves. All right. Here we go, folks. We are back down here. All right, let's get these rods out while I keep an eye on back there and wait until those big guys get back in there and ready to go. I could take those fish to someone and I could probably sell them, but man, you're talking 20, 30 pounds worth of weight. I don't know. Let's see. I think we'll start off with some cut shad, right here on our big rod. Yeah, this is fresh stuff, folks, so only got a few. Gotta make them count. And we'll put the head on this one. Hopefully we can get some big gar and stuff on these guys. Big gar, big channel catfish, who knows? Yeah, we did go up about 8 or 10 inches yesterday. Oddly enough, yeah, we went up a little bit. Makes no sense. It shouldn't be going up, but it did. Don't know why, but it did. And once I get these out, I got to chum up this water, folks. Yeah, I've only got 2 dozen night crawlers, so we got to make them count. Yeah, we got to get these little stinkers, make them count. I put on a slightly smaller hook. I went through my entire box and found one hook that was smaller and heavy duty. I've got a lot of like trout hooks and bluegill hooks, but I'm not putting that kind of hook on to fish for these guys down here. That's not smart. Not smart in the least. All right, that's ready to go as well. And that was a terrible cast, Michael. Terrible, terrible, terrible. You guys know how the first cast with monofilament is always going to suck. It's always going to stick to itself. It's unfortunate, but true. That's too far out. Of course. First one don't cast far enough. Second one cast too far. All right, that's better. That's better, folks. All right, we'll get some chum out here as well. Yeah, this isn't baked corn. This is just this is hard corn. Hard corn and soybean. All right. That should do it. We're just gonna wait for those guys to come back. Magoo says hello, and Abby says hi. Ed says hi, Abby. Cuz says Abby, how are you? And Miss Daisy, how you doing, Miss Daisy? Miss Daisy says, hey, Mike. The heck are you? Miss Daisy says, hey, everyone. Miss Daisy says, happy Friday. Yep, happy Friday, my friends. The week is tomorrow. The weekend is tomorrow. Let's see. Cuz says hello, Daisy. Let's see. And Zonda, how you doing today, Zonda? Zonda says hi. And Surgeon, let's see. Jurgen Os. I'm not sure what heal means. Let's see, Jason. How you doing today, Jason? Jason says, why does this remind me of the movie Gone Fishing? Hey, I love that movie. Let's see, and John P. How you doing today, John P? John P says hi. John P says MBP and prayers and the heart emojis. Let's see, Kassan. How you doing today, Kassan? Kassan says hi. John says, busted brother. Good catch. Let's go. Well, it says, I would toss a worm in that hole. Actually, there isn't much that would hit a worm back there, I'm afraid. And it's all snags once you get near the bottom. So unless you're going to fish with a bobber, you're going to get snagged. There are some white bass back there. I've definitely seen some white bass, but they're all like half-pound guys. They're eaters, but barely. Wild says cuz. Kevin says hello, everyone. Joseph says hi. How you doing today, Joseph? Cuz says Kevin. Cuz says welcome in, everyone. James says cuz. Cuz says James. Kevin says I'm just checking in. What's the fish count? 2 Asian carp so far, and a shad. So yeah. Hey, but a fish is fish. Bonnie, yep, 2 Asian carps. James says Abby. Is there a fish counter? James says Bonnie hi. Cuz says hi, Abby. Bonnie says James, Abby, was in here. If she comes back in, let me know. Well, for now, I'll make sure to pin that up for you, Abby. Bonnie. If when Abby comes back in, I'll help let her replace that. Let's see. Don't Abby. Yeah, she does have her surgery today, so she might not be able to type very well. Let me pin that up right now. That way, if Abby comes back in, she can just copy that. She might not be typing very well at the moment. Bonnie says, James, Abby was in here. James says, thanks, Bonnie. Bonnie says, don't know where she is. Where's Abby went? Cuz says, didn't Abby have surgery today? Yep, she had surgery today to remove a wart on her thumb. Let's see, Bonnie says, cuz. Abby said, Alan says, 2 Asian carp and a shad. Well, you got it right better than, so I guess oh, whoa, that was smart. I just about kicked the tripod over. Duh. That was smart. Ah, I'm gonna have to reset this. All right, there we go. Alan says, same spot, Mike. Yep, same spot, but heck, these fish are hitting down here. And hopefully we'll be getting out with Jason and Mason tomorrow. He wants to do some fishing. We're probably going to go to the either way up river here or even further up to where the Missouri and Mississippi confluence is. And that'll be tomorrow, my friends. And T. James says, Mike, what are you drinking today? Some leftover coffee, buddy. I would like to have gotten a soda on the way down here, but after after a soda yesterday and something to eat at the gas station, uh, well, a couple snacks. I mean, I haven't had any sweets in a week. Give me a break. I literally have not had any chocolate in over like 2 weeks. I couldn't resist. I had to have a Hershey bar. I had to. I had to. Let's see, Clippin, how you doing today, Clippin? Clippin says MVP. James says Clippin, hi. Yeah, them Hershey bars are actually kind of expensive. I got the little one. It's only $2.69. I had to get 2 of them because they one didn't do it. And that's a bite on. I see him pecking on it down there. I should have set that hook. He popped it. Hey, hopefully I can get a donation during the live stream and get maybe, I don't know. Like I said, the sodas are only about fountain sodas are only $2.69, and they usually give me refills for free when I go down there. And every time I carry try to carry you know, a, the cup around, I wind up breaking it. And if I leave it down there, someone steals my cups because there's a lot of other people that sit down there and unfortunately. All right, that's at the bottom. Feels okay. Yeah, I've got a little coffee over here. It's enough to last the rest of the live stream. Clippin says MVP. Oh, by the way, if you guys want to help donate, PayPal and Cash App's linked on my description on my main channel. If you do, if you don't, it's okay. Helps out so much in these trying times. First of the month, we'll get back to, well, after the first, because I have to move. Oh, dude, that was popping it. That was on a shad head. I forgot. I should have let that fish hit it. Dang it. Crap. It ate the eyeball out. Gross. Well, stinker ate the eyeball out of his shad. Blech. That's just wrong. I don't know why sometimes those big catfish, they'll eat the eyeballs out of your shad. Blech. Let's see, Parker says, I gotta say hi. How you doing today, Parkos? Bonnie says, chocolate, mmm. Let's see, James says, now you have Bonnie wanting chocolate and laughing his butt off. Hey, I like the girl. Chocolate, yum, 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 yum. James says, good. Chocolate Bonnie. Bonnie says, I do love chocolate, James. Only candy I can eat. You and me both. Let's see, Bonnie with the treat emoji. Thank you for those gems, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Joe, how you doing today, Joe? Joe says hi. Bonnie says, don't have any chocolate. Have to be a dog treat. They got the poo emoji. Kind of looks like chocolate. Not. Kind of does. It's not. Says hello, Joe. Abby, how you doing back in, my friend? Hi, Abby. What's pinned there on Alan's? Just copy that, Abby, and I'll pin that up for you. James says, Abby, how are you? Abby says, I did it. Abby says, hurt. I'm sorry, my friend. I do know you got that surgery today. I hope it went well. I had to bite on worm. Had to put more worm on. They wouldn't hit it with a little bit of worm. Yeah, that's a little hook, folks. I should be able to hook anything on this stupid thing. I've got a number 4 on here. No, not a number 4, number 8. For those of you that are not anglers, hooks go up. Oh, get back here, Houdini. As the hooks get smaller, the numbers go up. So like a number 8 will be smaller than a number 6. Until it gets up to like number 10, and then it goes to 1/0 and 2/0 and 3/0 and so on and so on. So on. Oh boy. Got myself winded there. I didn't get myself winded. Those big carp did down there already. Yep. So far, we've caught 2 big old Asian carp and a shad. Now, we're using cut shad down here. We've got cut bait on this rod, and we've got worm on the other rod. Cause says Abby, you're awesome. Let's see. Bonnie says rather send dog treats. Ugh. I like chocolate. And he's still pecking on. Look at him. And he's thinking about it. He's taking it. Might have a gar on here, cause he's running with it. Yep, he was running with it. Little stinker. Got my head off. All right, we're gonna have to put a smaller piece on here because he was just running with that head. Yeah, I was able to snag a couple shad down here, which is one of the reasons why we've got cut bait. I figured if I could catch something like shad, or we'd have some extra bait to try, because I don't have many night crawlers, and it doesn't take much to have a little extra bait. Couple shad, couple grasshoppers, whatever. Yep, something to. There's a bite on the other rod. Come on, buddy. Come on, hit it. Come on. Come on. Down, folks. Fish on. That's pretty good, whatever it is. What do we got? Hey, our first one, a drum. Awesome. Ah, here, buddy. Yeah, nice little half pounder. Always these guys to hit. Beautiful fish, my friends. Just lightly pecking on it. Ping, 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 ping. Beautiful fish, my friends. So let's see. 2 Asian carp, 1 shad, and 1 drum. Awesome, my friends. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Beautiful fish, folks. Never say MBP doesn't put on a show. Every single species of fish down here that lives, we're gonna go after. And chances are we're gonna catch them. Most of the time. Not always. Most. Alright, folks. Let's get him in here for his close-up. Gotta love it, my friends. Alright, buddy. Ah! Yep, he went back in the water. Man, he's cold compared to the air. Yeah, the temperature is about 95 degrees out here right now, so it's pretty warm. Ah! You got in there, down there good, didn't you, buddy? That's a really small hook. Alright. Hook is out. No muss, no fuss, no blood. Alright, buddy. Dang it. Slipped out of my hands. See ya. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. And there he goes, off into the depths. All right, let's get this rod back out here and get back into chat. Hey, ain't this fun, folks? Just sitting down here, putting a few worms on, seeing a few fish back there, getting some big old carp and stuff. Go over here, see if we can get some drummy buds and some carp and other stuff. And man, this is fun. And something hitting on that one again. Popped it hard. I saw that. That's that shad again. There's some big old gar and stuff over here, folks. So you put cut bait on, and you're liable to get a 20 or 30-pound gar. And that was a terrible cast. I cast in closer to the last one and got a bite. So I cast out the same strength of cast, and it goes out half the distance. That's better. I want it right at that current's edge. All right. I'm sure these are either gar or that's a little piece of cut bait, folks. If something grabs onto that, I've got an extremely good chance of hooking it. All right, let's get back into chat. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. 20 people in, 69 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let's see. Bonnie says, hope you feel better, Abby. Zonda says hi. Abby says, thank you so much. Much everyone. Yep. Hope you get better soon, Abby. And there's a bite on Chad again. Yeah, he's running with it. Come on, hit it. Come on. Look at him. He's pecking on it. And he's chewing on it. Let's see. Abby says yes. Bonnie says, just pretended they are chocolate dog treats. Oh, okay. Hey, wait a minute. I thought chocolate was not good for dogs. What a he feed me chocolate dog treats. Let's see. Jane says Bonnie. Let's see. Danny says check your PayPal, Mike. Oh boy, what'd you do, Danny? Oh, what'd you do, buddy? Thanks, Danny. I appreciate that. That's a donation from Danny the Stinger Manny to PayPal. Let's get some WWs in the chat for Danny, my friends. Thank you, Danny. Thank you so much, my friend. Let's see. James says, Danny, thank you for the help. Helping out Mike. Thank you again, Danny. Thank you, brother. Cuz says Danny with the WWs. Ellie says fish on. Ellie says one drum fish. Bonnie says thank you with Danny with the WWs. Danny says Mike is my brother from another mother. Yeah, I ain't even proven. I'm kidding, buddy. As my big rod just pulled hard. Whenever I'm not looking. Alan says two Asian carp, a shad and a drum. You got it right, Alan. Carolina says hi, Mike. James says Danny. Abby says two Asian carp and a sea drums. Abby says hi, Caroline. James says Carolina, hi there. Carolina, hey there. And Herbert, how you doing today, Herbert? Herbert says Carolina, hey there, girl. Drum have pearls in their heads. It's actually the same material, but it's ivory. The same stuff as the tusks are made out of. Let's see, Rumpelstiltskin, how you doing today, my friend? Carolina says hi, James. Rumpel says, oh, nice catch. Carolina says, hey, Abby. Abby says, love your Caroline. Zay says, hello, MVP. Abby says, three drum shed. Carolina says, fish on, gorgeous. Abby says, I did it, Caroline. Johnny Lamb, how you doing today, Johnny Lamb? Johnny Lamb says, what's up, MVP? Abby says, hang out with Mike on the lazy river is so cool. And catching fish is just an added bonus, my friends. And didn't get the worm off on me completely, almost. Almost got that worm off. Yeah, we're just gonna start using pieces of worms because these guys are tearing our worms to pieces, and we've only got 2 dozen today. That's all I could get, folks. I could only get 24 worms. Jeez. I'm sure you guys saw that fish jump on the other side of the thing over there. That's probably one of the fish I let go cussing me out. I'll speak fish. He could be doing that. I don't know. All right, Rod's back out. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Ryan says, Jane, you're so right. Gail says, river's drying up. We'll be gone in a week. James says, Carolina from Y. AKR says, long story, James. And fake fishing, how you doing, fake fishing? Fake fishing says hi. Abby says hi, fishing. James says, short version, Caroline. Abby says, two drumfish. Carolina says, multiple Sluriciseries, or whatever that heck that means. Let's see. James says Caroline. Carolina with the smiley emojis. Mike says Bonnie says Mike. No fish talk. Not fluently, but I'm learning. Abby with the heart emojis. Alan says I'm going to go fish. So I'm sorry to leave. No, you're fine, Alan. Appreciate you coming in. I hope you enjoyed the show today. Wish I'd have gotten out a little earlier today, but yeah, with stuff going around and everything, it's hard to get this stuff ready to go. Let me see if I can find the right chat here. Oh boy, I missed it way back in here. Oh, where is it? Oh boy, I think I had it there. Dang it. No, that's not it. Let's see. Alan says, so bye and good luck, James. Oh yeah, good luck too, my friend. Catch a monster. Oh, I can't find it. I found it finally. All right, Abby, if you want to put that down exactly, I'll make sure to pin that up as well for you. Yeah, they don't like that piece. Let's see, 19 incredible people in and 71 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. There's a bite on worm. Got him, folks. Fish on. Fish on, my friends. Hey, that's not biting like a drum. Boy, what have we got? That's biting out there deep. Gar, folks. Gar. That's on a tiny hook. Popped off. I thought that was going to happen. Dang it. Yeah, that was on a tiny little hook, folks. Chances are I wasn't going to land that. Got him right up to the bank, though. At least you guys got to see it for a second. Yeah, those gar are tough to land. Funny, I put cut bait out there and it hit worm. Weird, folks, ain't it? I put cut bait out there and it hit friggin' worm. Now, I could put a whole head out there and they pulverize it, but yeah, they just run with it for 15 minutes. They never actually get the bait in their mouths. And that was a pretty good gar, too. It's about 3 or 4 pounds. Yep, cleaned it. Clean that shad off. All right, let's put on another head. What the heck? Let's put on another head. Pretty good cast. And we're getting bites with both rods right now, folks. So, and I'm not getting much of a chance to cast my spinner. I got to get a drink of something. Ugh. Needed that. That's just coffee, folks. It's scalding hot because it never got a chance to cool down here. We'll take 2 casts. Oh, okay, we'll do our countdown. 3 casts with the spinner. See if we can get one in 3 casts. Last time we did this, we got one. That's number 3. I mean, that's number 1. That's number 1, folks. Number 1. Ooh, dang it. Ah, shoot. I got popped twice on that one. No hookups. 2. That's a bite on worm I saw. Yep, see him pecking on it. Peck, peck, peck. It's my line. That was me that time. 3. That's as far as my floral will cast. Cast almost over to the other side. Within a couple inches of that shoreline. Alright, nothing on it that time. We did get 2 pops out there deep, but probably were guard just rolling at it. James says, later, Alan. Alan says, so bye. See, Tom says, how are you today? Doing okay, Thomas. Let's see, 1 big freshwater drama shad and 2 Asian carp. He says, guess they spoiled on them worms. Thomas says hi. Let's see, James says Thomas. And Zonda. Zonda says hi. Zonda says, any fish, bro? Yep, 2 Asian carp, a freshwater drum. I've seen a shad, and we had a big gar right up to the bank. Right up to the bank as well. Zonda says, I'm watching from Australia, mate. Awesome, my friend. Let me see if I can get a fishy on here for you. Bonnie says hello. Zonda says cool. Zonda says hello. Zonda says, hey, Bonnie. Zonda says, is that freshwater? Yes, it is. We're down on the mighty, muddy Mississippi River down in St. Louis, Missouri. James says yes. Zonda says, okay, thanks. James says, Mississippi River. You got it right, James. Zonda says, yes, Zonda, the Mississippi River. And Snake says, aren't you supposed to kill those Asian carp if you catch them? Don't you care about the native species of fish? Unfortunately, the only thing to do with them would be to litter them in this location, and that's illegal as well. I cannot carry those fish home. I don't have anywhere to live. So what am I going to do with them? I mean, here's the aspect of the thing. I don't want to kill something unless I'm going to take it home and eat it, right? I throw it on the bank, I'm littering. What you're supposed to do with those fish is take them home and use them for something. I don't have a home right now. That's like the 7th or 8th time people have complained about that. What am I supposed to do? I throw them up here, I'm breaking the law by littering. Now, throwing a fish on the bank, any species, is considered littering. You're supposed to take those fish home, bury them on your garden, do something with them. I've got nothing to do with them. I can't do anything with them. I mean, if you want to come down here and take them, that's fine. And I just don't like the idea of killing something and not using it for something. It's a friggin' waste. There are tons of area in this river where there are no fish anymore because humans have polluted up the river. Now that a species moves in that can survive, people want me to kill them. Not going to happen. See, Zonda says, yo. Snake chill. James says, Danny, thank you. Zonda says, yep. I have a big thing where if I'm not going to use a fish, I have no way of using it, I'm not going to take it up there and throw it on a bank and kill it. Guys, enough of that. let's get back to the fishing, okay? Sana with the thumbs up. Sana says, bury them at. I don't even have a shovel. Uh, yeah. Another thing to use them is for fertilizer for your gardens and stuff. Bury them in your gardens so that they decompose and give your uh, soil more nitrogen. And now they've come to the conclusion, well, why don't we just start creating cat food and stuff with them? So the areas that have massive amounts of Asian carp, they're coming in and they're netting them, taking them, making massive profits off of them as well. So they're just coming in and yeah, it's. I'm not gonna do it. So that's just the way that is. I'm supposed to sad. And it says no thanks. It would mean 2 days to fly there. Oh boy. Hey, I'm game if you are, buddy. I'm not, my friend. They are evasive in some locations. I mean, if I had a home, I'd take them home. I mean, I could feed those to my cats. Except I don't have a home. So, well, technically, I don't have a house. So, and the river right down here is my home. And that would really stink by tomorrow too if I had to throw that on the bank. Literally, that would make this whole shoreline smell so bad you'd want to puke. And those fish aren't doing so good either. In this entire river, those are the only ones I've ever seen. And a lot of those guys are torn up. Yeah, they jump on the rocks and yeah, it's Donna says joking. I know you were my friend. James says, Mike, got you. Snake buddy, if you want to come down here and pick up these fish, I'm more than willing to hold them for you. But there's nothing I can do with them. There's no trash cans down here. There's no garbage collection. There's actually almost no wildlife that would. I mean, there's a few raccoons around here. There's no wolves. There's no coyotes. Humans have completely obliterated those down here, hunted them to extinction around the cities. The closest coyotes you're going to find are about 100 miles that way. You're more than willing to come up and pick them up if you want. I'll keep them for you. If someone comes down here and wants them, I'll keep them for them. I mean, there are areas in the United States where they consider crappie evasive. Fish on, folks. That's big. That's on shad. That's a big gar. Popped off. He's just holding on to the shad. And that's another thing people consider gar evasive, and they're native down here. So freshwater. I mean, buffalo are considered a rough fish. It's all in your point of view. It's all in your perspective of what the environment is. That was a big gar. That was about 20 pounds. That was a big one, folks. I got him right up to the bank, and he just spit the bait out. I even have him hooked. He's been sitting there chewing on that head. There's no longer even any spoonbill down here. That's the only species that uh, an Asian carp would contend with is another filter feeder species. And they're no longer even any spoonbill down here. Thanks to the dams up and down river, it killed all them off. They have to stock them in here now. Oh, how am I supposed to pickle? I'm homeless right now, dude. Thanks, Danny. That's like complaining about someone that's not washing their clothing because they have no washer. If I wasn't where I was right now, I would probably take those home for my cats. I would boil those up for my cats and they would eat them. But I have no home. So that is, they say, is that. I have to kill everything out here, folks. Has a bite on that shad again. Pecking with it. Get this hook tied on before you try to pull it in, buddy. Got him. Let's see if I hook that one good enough. Ah, ah, ah. Got him. That's a nice gar. That's a big gar. Dang gummit. Just barely hooked. Man, these guys. They're fun to get up to the bank, though. If I could get one in, that would be fun, but I see people killing gar and throwing it back here. That's illegal. In fact, throwing any fish on the bank is illegal. You're littering. As long as you use that. Now, if you have no way of using it, suppose I'm supposed to call the Missouri Department of Conservation every time I catch one of those, and wait 6 to 8 hours for them to never show up. That would be only my legal course. Instead, why don't I just throw them back and let nature take its course? Yeah, let it. If it survives, it survives. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's nature. People consider grass carp invasive. People consider buffalo invasive. I'm no, just drop it, Michael. Just yeah, it's not worth. Let's get back to some fishing. It's probably one of the reasons why I'm missing these. People put dumb comments in, and I'm trying to explain to Snake that I have no way of using that fish up. It would be a waste in multiple ways. It would litter up the environment. Heard someone behind me. Whatever. That's another bite on a head again. Yeah, these guys are stacked over here. It's just hooking them on these things. I guess I need to put a bigger hook on or something. For nearly 40 years, people considered common carp an invasive species until they finally settled down in the environment and became a natural resource. Look it up. There are companies that harvest those Asian carp in areas where they populate, and they've reached their precipice. Now, there's only a few hundred Asian carp down here on this part of the river, and it looks like the majority of them are in that one cove. There's some like microbacteria that's coming out of that gully. They're eating that up. Now, if something flashing goes by their eyes, they're gonna smack at it, of course. And I'm sure I got a strike on that. Someone's gonna complain about me doing something illegal. Well, actually, anything that I could do would be illegal. So the only thing legal is to stop fishing. Oh, look, there's an Asian carp. I got to stop fishing. The only thing to really do is to just stop fishing. I just explained why I can't use these an Asian carp. So the only thing to do with it is to throw it back in the water. I have no legal course or recommendation or thing to use for that carp except to, oh yeah, I caught a fish that I can't use. I got to stop fishing and just stop. There's nothing to do besides that. If I leave it there, I break the law. If I throw it back, I break the law. If I kill it and leave it there, I break the law. You tell me what I'm supposed to do with it. There is no course of action. Well, take it home and pickle it. I have no home right now. Let it go, Michael. Let it go. Just let it go. I'm living in a friggin' tent down here. I need to get back to fishing. Honestly, if you kill a fish and throw it back in the river, it's also considered littering. So I'm not handling it. 13 incredible people in and 77 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let's see. Maris, how you doing today, Maris? Maris says hi. Bonnie says, bye, Snake. And he says, Snake, I said stop for 5 minutes. Then he says, LOL, Bonnie, I do, Snake. Now, I'm just going to ignore that stuff right now. Get back to fishing. Get back to the chat. Back to enjoying the outdoors with everyone. If someone wants to talk about that stuff, go to another channel. Let's see, Bonnie says, know them, and he needs to leave Mike alone. And he says, agree, Bonnie. Danny, thank you for the memberships, my friend. Those 5 memberships. And Gator, how you doing today, Gator? Gator says sup. Let's see. Raven got 1. Paul got 1. Let's see. Bullseye got a 3rd. Let's see. Kyle got another. Let's see. Crippen got another. Thank you for those 5 memberships, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Danny says, Colt brother. Bonnie says, thank you, Danny, with the WWs. Let's see, X. How you doing today, X? X says hi. Gator says, Danny brother. Bonnie says, Gator. James says, X. Gator says, Bonnie. Danny says, James Colt is on the other managing moderator. You got it, my friend. Let's see, Chris. How you doing today, Chris? Chris says, hi, Danny. Danny says, and the other isn't in chat. She is laying next to me. James says, cool. Danny says, hi, Chris. Gator, so I'm not the only one having the crappy day, I see. Abby says, hi, yes. Gator says, you good, Mike? I'm okay, my friend. Had someone in chat complaining to me that I was doing something that was illegal, and there's no way for me to not. Because what am I supposed to do with a 15-pound aged carp? I can't take it home. I don't have a home. I can't. There's no way I can get it to anyone that would want to eat it. The only thing to do would be to just, kill it. And oh yeah, that's illegal too. I could be throwing garbage on the bank. That's littering. That's also illegal. Let's see, Cindy. How you doing, Cindy? Let's see. Cindy says, don't even worry about your fish. You can do whatever. Thank you for the support, Cindy. I do appreciate that. That makes me feel a lot better. Peter says, it's all good, Mike. Chris says, hello, Streets. Gator says, Chris. Abby says, hi, Cindy. Chris says, Gator, LOL. Do you, like Crocs or slides? I don't know. Cindy says, hi, Abby. Sonda says, let's go. Gator says, Cindy. All right, 20 incredible people in and 81 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. All right, come on. Hit the worm. Come on. Getting some big gar over here. I can't seem to keep the hook in them. I get them right up to the bank and they come off. Yeah, clean that worm off. Cleaned it. That's one of my big night crawlers. I don't want to use that up yet. All right, I think I'll put a fresh piece of shad on here. I happened to hook up to a couple of Asian carp back there while I was snagging a few shad, and basically, Snake had to complain that why are you throwing those back? Because I have no other course of action to do with them. I've got nothing else I can do with them, so and I'm not going to waste fish. I'll put that fish back in the water, and that way it can. Maybe I'll be able to get it another day. I'm just cleaning those worms off out there as fast as I can cast them out there, just tearing them to pieces. All right, back out. Let's see what he's doing to this. I wanted to put a fresh piece of cut bait on this because this little itty bitty head don't seem to be working. Yeah, they ate out all the good stuff and left the yucky. Let's see. Gator says Cindy. Cindy says hi, Gator. Cindy says Gator. Uh, not my message. James says Chris, don't push it, please. And he says Chris, keep the tropic fishing, please. Yep, topic fishing, please, my friends. Let's see. Cindy says stop being weird, Chris. And he says, if you can't, then scroll on. And he says, James, he's your surprise me on how long you're timing him out. We usually give 3 warnings before we will or we'll time out for a day. Let's see. Essay, how you doing, Essay? Essay says save the YouTube filming for after you finish your. Danny's laughing his butt off. Let's see. Dean says hi. How you doing today, Dean? James says Danny, he was warned. The next time he is gone. Let's see. He is. Gator says, Chris, all I'm going to ask is why you want to know stuff like that. I'm not in a good mood, so I would advise you to have a good answer or leave me be. All right. Hope you enjoy your time in chat, my friend, and hope you well enjoy the show. Let's see. Cindy says Travis might show Chris's toes for $1. Let's see. 89 Steph says I don't trust Google. Is the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco or Sacramento? No, we're down on the mighty muddy Mississippi River in St. Louis, Missouri. Steph. Cindy says fishing footwear advice. Peter says Cindy, and laughing a butt off. Let's see, 12 people in, 85 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. I suppose one angry person in chat can't be worried about, and I'm not talking about you, my friend. I'm talking about Snake. I can't. I guess I can't uh, be nice. You know, please everyone. That would be impossible. That's too big. I don't want to use that worm up. Can't please everyone, folks. I had the same comments about grass carp for a long time. Now I'm not worried about it. I'm out here enjoying myself, trying to share some of the outdoors with everyone. Stupid piece fell down the hook. Pop, pop, pop. Come on. How did I miss that fish? Pop, 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 pop. I'm still missing. Bounce that thing 6 times on the tip, and it still was wrapped around the tip again. All right, let's put another big head on. I know what's going to happen if I put a whole head on. I'm going to wind up with a freaking big gar just holding on to it. I usually don't even bother with shad, folks, because 9 times out of 10 down here, all you're going to get on it is either gar or uh, or snags. Shad are good baits in some areas, but there's just not enough schools of shad down here to get them to hit the stuff. It's just now it goes way the heck out there. And see, bite on worm, pick, 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 pick. Got me frustrated. Don't worry about it, Michael. Fish. Just catch some fishies, Michael. That's all you can do. Heavily polluted rivers and people worrying about freaking throwing. Once you stop, I stopped the company down there. It's flushing his toilet directly into the river. That does a lot more environmental damage than me throwing one Asian grass carp back in the river. It's just rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. 89 says, "What's the biggest fish or the most rare for you?" Let's see. Steph, the biggest fish I got 132-pound lake sturgeon down here, way back in 1982. Now the rarest, wow. I'd say a rainbow trout. Yeah, the only place they stock rainbow trout is way up, about 200 something miles upriver. You have to go up the Missouri River, up the Merrimack River, way. So you have to go up several rivers before you get to there. That was years ago as well. Let's see. Gear says, "You're a man, Mike. So let some no count on your affect your day." I got you, my friend. I need a stabilizer. I need to get some coffee in me. Then he says, on already, who out, Colt? Then he says, troll hunting duo is here. 89 says, don't listen to the trolls. They're spreading positive. Keep on fishing. Got you, my friend. And thank you for the support. Let's see on Tox. How you doing today, Tox? Tox says hi. Peter says Danny. Let's see. Steph says those clouds look like cartoons. They are kind of cartoony, aren't they? Big old puppy clouds. James says, okay, gang. Time for me to part company and start a super happy fishing trails. See you tomorrow. All right, my friend. Have a great rest of your evening. And thank you so much for dropping by. Let's see. Danny says later, James. And have a good night. Let's see. Bonnie says bye, James. And sent me some food. Mr. Bait and Tackle with that $2 super sticker. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me make sure to give that a thumbs up, a heart. Thank you so much, Mr. Bait and Tackle. Let's give a thumbs up and a heart for that. There you go, my friend. And again, thank you. Thank you for that donation. And he says, nothing is so relaxing as watching my kids is back. Let's see, 89 says, sick, that's a big old sturgeon. Yeah, I was back way, way, way back. Yeah, that was probably a state record too, but there's no way I was gonna pull that fish in. I did length and girth measurements, length, width, and girth measurements, and let it go. Mr. Honeybee, Honeybee says, "How many fish have you caught today?" Let's see. Before all the commotion, I think we caught let's see, two Asian carp, a shad, and a big drum. We've had several big gar up to the bank, but haven't been able to pull any in yet. 89 says, "You had a cool character. You have a cool character." Thanks, my friend. I try to remain. I should probably get these rods set up for you guys and come set with you right behind the camera for a bit. Relax, get my mind off of things. Just sit back and enjoy the river. Assuming I can get this stupid thing to cast right. I need this out a little bit further. I'm gonna set back for a bit. That's better. Not too far, Michael. There's some snags out there a little bit further. I want to be right in front of them. Yeah, I put on a little hook so I could hook these fish, and now the little stinkers they won't hit the little pieces of worm now. Hmm. Let's pull this a little further off the bottom, shall we? Just to loosen that weight stop a little bit, slide that up a little bit, tighten that back down. We're gonna put that a little bit further off the bottom. All right, that is back. Tell you what, I'm going to grab my stuff here, set behind you guys for a bit, and set a spell and relax. Assuming I can find all my stuff here. Fell right through the hole, did it? Had to fall through the hole. Ah, and where's my coffee here? Yep, there we go. That's what I needed, a mood stabilizer. Some coffee. Nothing more stabilizing than a nice warm cup of coffee, even on a super hot day. Let's see. See, Mike is the sea fish or brackish. Uh, Steph, this is actually technically fresh water, but there is some salt mixed in. This is close to a major metropolitan city, so you get a lot of salt runoff. The bite on the bar rod. Pick, 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 pick. Yep, just holding on to the end of the worm and messing with it. Those fish are so small, even that tiny number 12 hook is too small for me to hook them. Stupid. I wasn't nearly far enough down there. All right, that's better. All right, back out. Believe me, when I get into a new place and I get my cats move over, I'm gonna fill up my freezer with boiled Asian carp. But for now, I can't do anything with them. Let's see Bonnie with the coffee. Abby says hi, Bonnie. Bonnie says Abby. Hugs, my dear. And Zonda says hi. Zonda says wow, Bonnie. And Steph says I hope everyone has a great day. And what a heart emoji. Thanks, my friend. I hope you have a great day too. Let's see 10 incredible people and an 88 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. I need a little coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Ah, a little stale, but out in this sun and this sand, it's still pretty hot. So that's a good thing. It is. Bite on the bar rod again. That's weird. They're just picking up and dropping it all day again. Just and I move further over here to the left. I keep moving further any further over to the left, I'm gonna wind up in the water. Man, this hook is just stupid. I'm supposed to put bait on a hook that it covers itself every time. That. I'm gonna take a one or two casts with this spinner again. Get back in this cove. Not all the way back there. I can't reach it from over here. Just a little bit in there. One more cast here. He's exposed barely. That was a bite on. Look at him. Just double it, folks. Got him. Fish on. Fish on, my friends. Come on, drag. Stay pinned, buddy. Oh, jump. That's a big old gar. Come on, buddy. Stay pinned. Come on, big old. Man, that's a big one. Look at him. That's an 8 or 10 pounder. That's a big one, folks. That is a big one. That is a big old gar, folks. That is a. And it almost looks like a friggin' alligator gar. I'm gonna have to take a look at this. It looks like with the way that's man, I'm gonna have to take a look at this. It might be a friggin' alligator gar. That's about a 10 pounder. That's a baby alligator if it is. If it's not, it's a big old spot. Because that nose is not quite long enough to be well, no, it's not an alligator. I just think this is a big old spotted gar. Beautiful, folks. Gotta love it. Look at the spots on the back of that tail. And those really, really bad teeth. Man, these guys are mean. Look at that. Ooh. I love it, my friends. Boy, that hook just popped out again right when I got him in. Gotta love it. That is a big old gar. Man, that's a big one. That's about 8 or 10 pounds. I'm gonna go 8 on this one. All right. See you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciated. Awesome. That was uncut shad. That was that big shad head. He pulverized it. All right, we are still catching fish, my friends. Fun. Let's do it again. Let's do it again, my friends. Don't want the tails on your pieces of cut shad. Yeah, the shad, it does not work very well if you leave that fin on there, unless you're fishing it whole. And a lot of times cutting the fins off anyways is gonna do that. Good cast. Bite on worm. Bing, bing, bing. Stupid bail. Not that I had him hooked, it's just I would like to have gotten my hook set, at least. Bing. And took the fresh piece of worm off and left the old one. All right. So that's how it's gonna be. Fishy? Oh, a bag of chips and you leave all the stale ones behind. Okay. Alright, both rods are back out, folks. Hey, what a day. I feel better now. I do. Couple good shots of coffee. Uh, a fishy on the line helps your day, gets you right back in the mood, my friends. Let's see. Uh, oh, here we are. Let's see. Zonda says, "Wow, Bonnie." And Steph says, "I hope everyone has a great day. Josh just caught anything?" Yep, we've caught two Asian carp, a shad, a drum, and a big old gar now. Let's see. Joshua says hi. And bass fishing. How you doing today, bass fishing? Bass angler says MVP. Mr. Bait and Tackle. Mr. Bait and Tackle says fish on. Let's see. Bonnie says stay on, stay on. Mr. Bait and Tackle says how to unhook a gar. Very, very, very carefully. There's a bite on both rods. We got bites on both rods, folks. Ah, missed him on the shad. He was pulling it. Now, little stinker was pulling it good. And me telling you about not using the tails, well, we're down to about using the tails because I only snagged like 5 of these shad. Yeah, I left my cast net back in my old place, and landlord promised me he would not throw my stuff away until I was able to move on the first. So I can't really get to my cast net. So I just had to go down there with a spinner and snag them, which is perfectly legal. Bail clicked over again. Stupid. We got him, folks. Fish on. Awesome. Man, it's a little baby. We got shad. We don't need this guy, but still, a fish is a fish, my friends. That's why I'm missing these guys out there, why I'm having trouble hooking them. They'll go up to 20 pounds out here, or they'll go like this. That is a pretty little freshwater drum, folks. And you know, I could take this for cut bait, but I have cut bait. So why would I keep this? I'm going to let this go, let him grow up, get big, and have babies, and do the whole drum cycle, the cycle of life. Not working, is it? Just checking. Gotta love it, my friends. Ah, folks, it's just fun. It's just fun. Come on, where is that hook? Yeah, you got it right down the inside of your jaw, buddy. So hold still. I can get that out for you real quick. Good thing about having tiny fingers is you can get the hook out a lot of times. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can. That hook is out. It's just dangling there in a piece of flesh. Dang it, dude. All right. Come on, buddy. I double hooked him, didn't I? Sheesh. You ever double hook a fish where the hook goes back in? All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciated. There he goes. Right back into the depths. Gotta love it, my friends. Yeah. So much fun fishing for these guys. Just so much fun. All right, that looks pretty good. Looks straight and true. All right, back out. And I didn't get this one back out either after that last one. I tried to double it over and pull it in. Ah, these gar are starting to get active too down here. They're really starting to hit as well. All right, let's get back to chat. Hope you guys are enjoying the show today. Let's see. 92 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. It says, watch out for its Muma. Let's see. Bonnie says, this is a really long nose. And beer. Beer Group says, not an alligator gar. Nope. I checked. The alligator gar have a much wider back snout. You know, the back part of their mouths. And there's a bite on the far rod. And these guys are really at it today, aren't they? That was not an alligator. The spots kind of resembled it, but when I got down to analyzing that snout, it was definitely not an alligator. Just a big old spotted gar. But a very good spotted gar. There are some alligators down here. Alligator gar, not many. I usually get those when I get them like 70, 80 pounds and I won't be able to land them. I'll get them up to the surface a couple times and like, yep, that's it. I pull a bit harder and those things have got such gigantic teeth and jaws and razor sharp bodies that it cuts even the heaviest line down here. You would literally have to use like a steel leader to be able to land them. I can get them in 20, 30 pounds. It's just, yeah, there's some of them down here. Yeah, I would not swim in this part of the river. We're far enough south to be able to have some of them migrating from down further south. Beer Group says beautiful fish. 89 says Steph, bro, I think you give Jeremy way to run. Thanks, my friend. As he says no one says it, but you catch some decent fish. Again, thank you. And there's a bite on the big rod. That's something popping that shad. Well, he let it go. What do you do to it? Man, did he tear the heck out of it? Geez, that must have been a monster. To tear that sucker that quickly. Geez, there's almost nothing left of it. That's a good piece of shad on there. It's like all just gnarled up meat. Yeesh. You did not want to see that piece of cut bait. That was gross. I cut that out there. It was nice and pretty and silver, looked like a steak, and now it's just like raw, chewed up meat. Let's see. Matthew says hi. How you doing, my friend? Matthew says, do you keep the fish? I do keep some fish when I need to eat them. I really do. And right now, I can't keep more than anything about a pound or two because I have no way of cooking it besides over a rotisserie flame. Yeah, over a fire. And I've been eating fish for the last 2 weeks. Man, I'm starting to get sick of rotisserized drum. Let's see. Steph says, "Bite its ear, Mike. Its ear. Bite its ear. Oh, thank you. He was trying to bite my ear. I don't want an ear piercing. Man, those guys have got big enough teeth that just go pop. And I'd have like 6 brand new. Well, I don't have any ear piercings, but I'd have 6 new ear piercings over there. see 11 incredible people in and 92 thumbs up. And thank you for those reactions, my friends. It does help out the channel so much. You guys, those little emoji things on the sides, they do help out so much. How long have we been in? We're doing good for the amount of time we've been in. And those carp are back there again. Come on, big guys. Fight on shad. He's pulling on it. Ah, should have let him pull it more. These guys are, you know how gar are. They'll run with it for a minute. I keep forgetting that. I've got to let them run with it for a minute or two. And hopefully tomorrow's stream, Jason and I will be going to a different spot and stuff. Jason the Mason, he'll be coming out fishing with me tomorrow, hopefully. If all goes according to plan, which all best laid plans of men and machines tend to fall. That pretty much means if something's gonna mess up, something's gonna mess up, and no matter how much you try to prevent that. Sometimes stuff happens. But hopefully we'll get out tomorrow together. It's planned. It's planned. It's planned. We were thinking about either going way up on this part of the river, or just go up to Columbia Bottoms. That's where the Missouri and Mississippi meet. Try a place up there somewhere you guys never seen before. See if I can find some fish down there. We'll see. The worst that can happen, I just wind up fishing here tomorrow again. Which is not bad. It's fun. Let's see. Wild says I'm gonna do it tonight. Go fishing. Awesome, Wild. Wild says should be dry if I'll go around it. Man, I hope you catch some biggins, my friend. And good luck, Wild. Hey guys, what's going on? Yep, doing a YouTube live stream. Caught some big Asian carp over there, some gar, drum. Oh, there's a bite on shad. Hang on, folks. You guys can probably see him over there in the. If you look close enough back there, look at him pull. Okay, he's got it in his mouth, folks. You guys watch YouTube much? Channels MBPFishing. Yeah, MB is in boy, P is in Paul. My name's Mike. Nice to meet you.
Not too hot down here, a little cooler down here.
Yeah, it's real comfortable down here on this little sandy bar. Yeah, it's like my personal beach. A lot of those. Do you see that, folks? That rod was doubled over there, and yeah, those are all like little shad. They're little bait fish. Let's see what he's doing. Yeah, I do fishing in and around St. Louis and more. So check me out. It's all about positive vibes, keeping the the energy flowing. And thank you. And you get a nice view of the trains. Yeah, I was way too far out. Train, folks. Let's see what's going on with our worm rod. We got a fish on here. It feels like. Yep. Oh boy. Yep. Man, you talk about a little drum, folks. Yeah, can you believe these things get over 50 pounds down here? Yeah, that's a baby. Yeah, check this guy out. Ah, yeah, this is called a freshwater drum. Yeah, they get really big.
They look like it.
Yeah, it's just a little baby.
That's some bait fish though, right there for a bigger fish.
Oh yeah, I've got bait. See that bucket? All those little things flicking the top over there. Just take a little treble hook and you can snag them. That's perfectly legal. I mean, they're cut bait. So, all right, so check this out, folks. That is one of the smallest drum we've ever caught on feed down here. That is a little bitty, teeny weeny, tiny baby drum. Look at that. Look at the little baby. And he's a sandy drum. He got dirty on that side. All right, buddy. See ya. Yeah, we'll let him grow up, folks. We'll let see him popping on it. Oh, my name's Mike. Nice to meet you too, Vicky. Kind of am right now. My landlord kicked me out. I'm kind of between houses. I'm living in a tent down here, so.
Hey man, we got some tacos if you want a bag of food.
Oh, definitely. I appreciate it. Everything I own pretty much is what you see here, except for back of my tent, which is my clothing. I've got a place coming up first of the month. It's just he's pulling the whole. I'm renovating, so yeah. Get out, and then I'm gonna be.
In there, like a Rice Krispie tree.
Oh.
What else is there? Pumpkin seeds.
Thank you.
Something to munch on while you're down here fishing. You know?
I do appreciate that.
Is there anything we can be praying for you about?
Hopefully that. Yeah. I get Social Security disability, so I've got a place coming on the first of the month. Hopefully, it it comes through. Yeah, he's playing the whole. I'm renovating, right? Uh, for 2 weeks now. Once I'm done, I'm tripling the rent, which is it's illegal, by the way. But I don't want to get into a whole legal battle. Yeah, I'm more worried about getting into a house, pretty much. So he tore up all the floorboards, so it's not like I can stay there right now. Yeah, hmm? Uh, hang on. I kind of. You guys, and again, thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Have a great rest of your day. Hey, they gave me some food. That's awesome. I got dinner, folks. I don't have to eat fish for once. Oh boy. Hey, I hope you guys are enjoying the show. They wanted to pray for me, and you know, you guys know how YouTube is with. Yeah, we don't get along with that sort of thing. So I try to keep that out of chat. But awesome that they did that for me. And I did mute that for you guys so that the individuals in chat that aren't comfortable with that sort of thing didn't have to hear that. Because this is a fishing channel, folks. I mean, we try to keep her uh, fishing related. All right, let's get back to fishing. Sorry about that, folks. They gave me a meal and that they wanted to uh, give a prayer for me, so I figured, yeah, that was I should I should respond in kindly. Let's see, 15 people in and 99 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let's see. Wild says, I'm gonna do it. Let's see. Zonda says hi. Wild says, paint the bedroom and the bathroom. I got you. Let's see. Steph says, painting. Painting is fresh. Let's see. Bonnie with and the heart emojis. Wild says, heck yeah. Bonnie says, nice man. To give Mike food. Yep. Thank you guys. Let's see. Clippin says, that's a very nice. Clippin says, if y'all are gonna help anyone, help this man out. Thank you. They're just walking up. Bye, guys. Let's see. Stuffy Squad Family. Stuffy Squad Family asks, who is this? My name's MVP. Yep. Mike. Those are my initials, Michael Bernard, and I'll leave the last one out. It begins with a P. Let's see. And Kevin. Kevin says, just coming in today. How you doing today, Mike? Doing okay, my friend. Let's see. 2 Asian carp, a shad, a drum, and let's see. 2 nice big old gar. There's a bite on a 4-rod. Pick, come on. Yeah, we had some complaints about me releasing the Asian carp, so I kind of stopped fishing for them because I have no way to use those fish up. So technically, the only thing to do is not fish for them at all. Just let them sit back there and breed and reproduce and do everything else unchallenged and unfettered. I don't mind. I don't care what kind of fish I catch. I just love being down here fishing and enjoying chat with you folks. It's fun. All right, Rod is back. Come back into chat. Ah. Let's see, Matthew. How you doing today, Matthew? Matthew says, I will be praying for you also. Thank you, my friend. And I do appreciate the support. I really, really do. We broke 100, folks. 12 people in and 100 thumbs up. Awesome. That's incredible, my friends. Thank you. Let's see, Bonnie says, all I can do is pray for Mike. My hands are tied. When it comes to money, no worries, Bonnie. You're helping support me and the channel just by being here and chatting with us. That's a bite on a pour rod again. And it means so much to me that you do, too. We're each in our own circumstances, and I totally understand that. Yeah, that piece, they didn't like that piece, so let me put a fresh piece on. I'm not throwing these older pieces away either, because they might come in handy. At the end of the day, you're trying to get bait, and there's another bite on worm, so I'm hopping on it again. At the end of the day, you're trying to look for any type of piece of bait. That old piece of shad you threw away would be pretty good. I see him pecking on it. Peck, 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 peck. What do you do to it? Feels like you can yep, just about clean that worm again. All right, that's back. See where I want to cast her. Like I want her right there, but I don't think I can get it that far. That's about exactly where I was trying to cast. I haven't gone that far down. Let's try that. That's right down there by that tip of that point. There's a lot of big fish that's set down there. As they're working around that edge, they'll tend to stop there for a minute or two and catch their breath. Or catch their water, their oxygenated water. And to tighten that line up a little bit with slack. All right, let's get back into chat. See, Bonnie says, thanks, Mike. Matthew says, I'm doing good. I went to fish today. I did not catch a fish. Oh, I went fishing. Oh, it happens, my friend. The best of us. I've been skunked a couple times this year already as well. And see, Gary says, Mike, you're a legend. Let's hope your accommodations are sorted soon. Your accommodations. Keep fishing. Thank you, Gary, my friend. And I do appreciate the compliments. Gary says, good luck, buddy. Thanks, and sure hope you're having a great day, Gary. Cheers. I let that one comment get to me, but the next fish, cure that. Woo. How long have we been in? Oh, all right, not too bad. Let's see, Bunny with the coffee. Yep, that definitely helps, Bunny. Coffee, 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 coffee. Oh, it's a pop pop. Dang it, that sucker's hitting that bar rod hard. It's not committing to it. You can see they're just pop 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 and drop, pop 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 and drop. Let's see. Matthew says temperature is in the hundreds today, and it's pretty hot down here. It's in the upper 90s, so heat index will be over 100 degrees. I tend to drink coffee even when it's 110 degrees outside. And see, Bonnie says coffee is a great with cream and sugar. Yep, that's the way I drink it. This large cup, 3 creamers and 4 sugars. Now I tend to keep the odd flavors out: the hazelnut, the French vanilla. Sometimes I'll take a drop in it. Yeah, most of the time, not. They've got Hershey's chocolate now. Hershey's chocolate creamer. It makes your coffee taste like uh, cocoa. Interesting. Brian says, "Hey Mike, just got home and tuned in. Thank you, Brian. Hope you're having a great day." Well, I know I could get one of them big Asian carp hit on again, but I don't want to get complained at about letting the dang on things go. Let's see. Bonnie says, "Me too. Helps me cool off. Believe it or not. Yep, it does. It makes you sweat more. And if you got any kind of breeze, that sweat cools your body off. So 108 to 110-degree cup of coffee, it can be 100 degrees outside, making you sweat. It's still cooler than outside. I mean, it's still hotter. You know what I mean. And people say it dehydrates you because it makes you sweat, and that's a good thing. As long as you keep hydrating, it's a good thing. No, Brian, I didn't kill him. I can't do anything with him right now. I just let him go. Now, if I wasn't, homeless at the moment, I would have taken those home and boiled them up for my cats. But I got no way to deal with them. Yeah, we had a negative comment earlier about uh, I should kill them. I should just throw them on the bank. And guess what? That's illegal too. So the only my legal course is just to let them go. And there's not really that many Asian carp down here. I mean, literally in the last 30 years, uh, I've only seen a couple. And there's a school of 'em back there. They're filtering out something that's coming out of that thing back there. But those are the only ones I've seen down here in years. Ever since people have said there are millions of them. There are millions of them everywhere, everywhere. I might see one school a year, if that. And this river tears them to pieces down here. And they can't really make it very good. There's a bite on worm. He's pecking on it. I wonder if he's got himself hooked. Nope. Just checking. And I'm not going to kill something unless I can use it. I'm not going to just kill it and throw it up on the bank because that's illegal as well. And like I said, this river down here, folks, is pretty tough. Species that don't belong down here, even like common carp, have a hard time surviving. So Asian carp are exceptionally soft and fragile. They survive by reproducing in numbers. And 99.9% of those fish down here get eaten or get torn to pieces. Yeah, they don't live very well. No way I can carry those fish back to someone that might want to buy them because that's the only other way I could get rid of them is to give them away to somebody, and I'd have to get those fish back about 4 miles. So that's not going to happen on my scooter. I'm not going to tear a $150 scooter to pieces. Unless someone wants to pay for a replacement scooter when I tear that thing to pieces. 'Cause that thing is only weighted to about 165 pounds. Me 125 pounds plus 150 pounds of well, 50 pounds worth of gear. You're pushing its max. I thought about it. I thought about what I should do and what I shouldn't do, and literally, there's nothing else I could do about it. Except let him go, kill him. Oh, yep, throw him in the river. Guess what? Littering. Let's see. Bonnie says, "Man, this is." Let's see. And Gloria says, "Hi. How you doing, Gloria?" Gloria says, "Hi again." Brian says, "I saw you catch the one yesterday." Yeah, there's a school about maybe I guess about 30 of them back there in that one pool. They don't look so good. They really don't. They're back there filter feeding some stuff coming out from the pipe. I see them pecking on that far rod. Got him, folks. Fish on. What do we got? Fighting pretty good, whatever it is. Oh, nice freshwater drum. Ah, that's about a half pound. Yeah, these are considered a rough fish, so technically you can catch these any guys you want either, but they're native, so yeah, that's about the right size to eat. Luckily, I've got dinner. I've got some tacos that someone gave me down here. They gave me a prayer to help me find a new place to live. Beautiful fish, my friends. I love it. I love it. I did. I thought about what to do with it, folks, and there's nothing I can do about it right now. Now, mind you, the day after I get my place set up and get my cats moved, I'm coming back down here and I'm catching a few of those, and I'm boiling them up for my cats, and I'm picking off all the meat, freezing that. Well, not freezing that, chilling that, so it turns into like this mushy, yucky. Add some corn and grain to that. Cats love that stuff. Horrible, actually, but they love it. Gotta love it, my friends. It has really does. It has a oof. It has a smell to it, but I love it. I love it, my friends. Just beautiful. He, these guys. See, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And there he goes, right up back out into the depths. Oh, there's a man. That was doubling it with that shad. I wasn't looking. Hey, gummit. You might be running with it. Let's see. Nope. He dropped it. I think he did. Yep, he dropped it. Man. Looked over and that rod was going in again. Yeah, so I went back there to snag a few shad, and I had two Asian carp pop it. It was unintentional. I mean, I was back there to snag some shad, and I figured I'd turn the live feed on. People might want to see me, bank some of those big old brutes. I had one hooked right on the side of the head, and the other one I hooked on the side of the back. So one of them smacked at it, the other one just happened to hit. Honestly, they don't hit baits much. They're filter feeders primarily, and they do interfere with a species like paddlefish, but the paddlefish are virtually extinct in this river, anyways. They have a very limited paddlefish season, which no one attests to, by the way. They come down here and snag whenever they want. The only ones left in this river are the ones that come Missouri Department of Conservation raises in stocks, because they're like I said, they're virtually extinct. But that has nothing to do with the Asian carp. That has to do with the dams. Now you want to tear all the lock and dams down up and down the rivers, which would completely destroy our industry, yeah, industrial, our corn and grain and soybean, all that other stuff, and hydroelectric plants. Then we'll talk about worrying about the poor little Asian carp that are infesting a few of our rivers and streams and creeks. Right now, I have more things to worry about than a poor little Asian carp. I'm trying to joke about it, folks, but yeah. Steve says, my cat won't eat anything but tuna or cat food. This is pretty much just like tuna, except really, really nastier. Doesn't bite on a far rod and bite on shad every time I come over here. Oh, dude, he's pulling on it. I don't know how I missed him. Maybe I should bring the tablet back over here so I can chat with you guys while I fish, because these guys are really starting to hit again. Usually they shut down around this time, but we've got a massive school of shad over here in the shallows. So let me bring the tablet back over here so we can chat while we fish. I see Ricky Bobby. How you doing today, Ricky Bobby? Ricky Bobby says hi. Matthew says, do you eat the catfish? Yeah, I do. It's just not that big of catfish. Too big of ones down here I tend to stay away from because there's a lot of down here. Any channel catfish over about 4 pounds, and any blue cat over about 10 pounds, I'll throw back. Flathead, I'll get to about maybe 12 or 15 pounds before I'll start throwing those back. I see Gail says, we want a grass carp. I'm a sucker for a grass carp. I'm trying, my friend. That's why I'm working it up down here. I saw one or two hit the surface. Let's see, 8 incredible people in and 105 thumbs up. He says, yes, Gail. I want to see a splash time. Oh, Pop, come on, buddy. Hit it. Come on. I'll take a big buffalo or common carp, too. Yeah, I'm just hoping to get a hook into one of these guys. Because some of these aren't small fish. I can feel the weight of them. It's just they're probably fed up with the amount of shad and stuff coming out of this gully. I mean, any fish down here on this river that's wild is going to go after a shad. Even a regular common carp is going to grab one. And I'm sorry I got a little frustrated there, folks. It's just Snake kept coming after me and coming after me with that comment. We're propped up a little high, aren't we? I didn't even notice that in the entire day. We're up a little bit. We should have been pointed down just a hair. I didn't even notice that all day. Hopefully that wasn't been like that for very long. It probably has. I don't know how long it's been like that. Crap. That's the way it should have been. Let's see. Jordan asks, any luck? Yeah, let's see. We've caught 2 Asian carp, 2 big gar, shad, and 4 freshwater drums so far. 4 or 5 freshwater drum. I've kind of lost count. I think 5. Cause that little itty bitty one I caught too. It still counts. Is that hook exposed? Yep. If something grabs it right there, it's gonna get a hook in his mouth. Just gotta grab the hook. And that got the bait off. Yeah, that shad is gone. Yeah, we've had a couple more big gone up to the bank and missed them. Yeah, those suckers aren't easy to keep on the hook. Trust me. They get over 8 or 10 pounds. They get hard to get a hook into them. I don't worm. Oh, that was just doubling it. Pop, popping. I just missed him. Just a split second behind him. And look at that. That hook pushed back in on itself again. Why the heck did it do that? The way it covers back. Yeah, short shank hooks are. I'm not talking about J hooks. I'm talking about C hooks. Basically, the very yeah, they're not great. They're the only ones I've got left. Can't wait till the first of the month. I can restock my gear. I've used up pretty much everything I've got. Let's see. Abby says hi, Ricky. Cuz says Ricky. They won't hit it when I'm holding the rod. There's a bite on the shad again. And I gotta get these guys to hit it differently. I literally have to wait for them to pull that and just let them pull it and keep on pulling it. I pretty much just have to let them run with that shad. Pick, pick, pick. Ah, come on. That is kind of crazy when they're doing that, and I'm sitting right by it and just flat out miss them again. Cuz says Ricky, and the let's see, sunglasses emoji, the thumbs up emoji, and the getting stronger emoji. Hi. Oh,
We're supposed to come back and give you this right here, brother.
oh, thank you. Thank you.
Good night, man.
You too. Stay safe out here, okay? See a prayer book. I'll look at that later. That in my bag. Make sure I keep that in here. Tacos. Yummy, 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 yummy tacos. I got dinner, folks. I gotta make sure to not let the ants get this. I gotta make sure the ants don't get that. I don't want my dinner room with a whole bunch of daggone ants. Let's see, 7 people in and 108 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Yeah, people are probably a little mad at me because I lost my my cool there. I don't think I lost my cool too much. One of my moderators just keeps coming back at me with a single question over and over and over again, and keeps becoming more and more about it. I don't think I think I took it pretty good, honestly. Could have been worse. Some people just don't explain that you don't have a lot of options when you're out here. I mean, it's not like I've got a $25,000 car that I can drive those fish home and the time and energy to clean them and do something with at the moment. I can't do anything with it. I think I called the Missouri Department of Conservation last night and told them I was seeing some Asian carp down here. Never did hear back from them. That's one of the few things I was supposed to do that I could do. Now they're not going to do anything, obviously. But let's see. Bonnie says, "What a blessing, Mike! Double portions of food." Yep, I do appreciate it too. Let's see. Abby says, "I appreciate you guys." Um, yeah, we appreciate you too being in, Abby, and I do hope you're enjoying the show. Let's see. Min says, "A beautiful place." Yep, it is down here, man. It is a gorgeous location. Let's see. Min says, "I wish peace." I you too, my friend. Yeah, it's got me hungry now. I haven't had a really good meal in a while. Hmm. I'm gonna eat one of these behind us. I don't think people like watching you eat on live stream. I'm gonna eat something. I'm gonna eat one of these right now. Let's see. Gail says, "I admire your tenacity and good humor in these trying times." What else you gonna do? You gonna let it bother you? I mean, if you do, Gail, you just yeah, just keep moving forward. There's nothing. Whatever life deals you, make the best hand you can with it. Those are good. I don't want to eat too many of them, or it'll make me tired. You guys remember I had that kidney surgery a little bit of a distance ago, and I eat too much too quickly. I'll get really sleepy. Get regular tacos, folks. Good. Let's see, lettuce, tomatoes, hamburger, cheese, and a little bit of sauce on there. And with a thumbs up and the fishy emojis. Mine says, "Eat up, Mike. You need the food." Final far rod. It's good. I don't have to cook for once. That's awesome. I'm getting tired of eating drum down here. I really am. He looks like he cleaned the bait off. Little stinker. Look at that. I keep forgetting that I'm not the only one hungry down here. These fish are hungry too. Yep, these fish can get hungry as well, so it does make sense to go and eat some worms. Yuck. I mean, there's plenty of things that would taste better than that, but this is what they want to eat. This is what they want to eat. Seriously, gross. I think the sand dirt would taste better than the worms. Let's see. Bonnie says, "Sounds yummy." What? The eating of the worms or the taco? Man, you're weird, Bonnie. If it's eating the worms, I think she's talking about eating the worms. Yeah, I think you need the tacos more than I do. No icky yuck yo worms. That's my last resort is eating worms. I'll go out and find some grasshoppers and cook them first. Let's see. Bonnie says, "No, not worms, the tacos." Let's see. Bonnie's laughing her butt off. Okay, I got you. I feel better about you now. I was like, Bonnie, I'm not sure about you anymore in my chat. Eating worms. I'm not sure about you, young lady. And as soon as I sat down, something started pulling that rod down there again. Pop, Sam. Pop, pop. Every time I try to sit down for a second. I can feel him pulling on it. Just can't hook them little stinkers. I'm trying to put the smallest piece of worm on I can. Ooh, big one. Massive fish out there, folks. I was getting worried there for a second, really, Bonnie. I was like, man, I don't know about this. I might have to take the wrench away from this young lady out here eating worms. Kidding, folks. Not so much. Let's see, Matthew says, fish eat the worms. See, Bonnie says, say no to the crawler critters. And chillin', how you doing today, David? David says, hello, MVP, and the thumbs up. Awesome, I appreciate that, my friend. Hope you're having a great day, chillin'. That taco hit the spot. I don't know what spot it was, but it hit it. Kind of stung. Man, I'm not sure if that spot should have been hit. Chillin' says hello, MVP. And thank you so much for all those reactions, my friends. It does help out the channel so much. What the heck? This mic feed's been on over 3 hours. What the heck is up with this thing? Seriously, these things only last 3 hours. What is this thing doing on still? Look, we just been over 3 hours. Okay, never mind. Let's see. Northern says, David, be hello. Matthew says, I love your lies. BC, I love fishing. Oh crap, I love fishing. I got you, my friend. You and me both. We have something big in common. I think we could. Get along pretty well. Because anyone who loves fishing is good in my book. Yeah, I did mute for a minute to talk to those people, which will make it last a little bit longer. I usually don't mute the audio for very long, but keeping up with the YouTube community guidelines, I was a fight on a big rod. That's on Shad. I try to keep religion and politics free of this particular chat because that's not what this chat is about. And it feels like you got the shad off. Yep, cleaned it. Cleaned it, my friends. Yeah, we're running out of shad. Yeah, I only snag about 5 of these guys, and we're running out. So I guess I could go back there and try to see if I could snag more of them. The only thing I'm probably going to do is hook into a big old Asian carp again. Actually, sounds like fun. Serve snake right to go back there and catch another one. Yeah, that was a mean chuckle. I said, if he wants to go get him out here. Come down and get the dang old things. I don't mind. Go over there and net the suckers. It's legal. Get them out of there. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't got no recourse. I've got no way to deal with them right now. Well, I want that further out. We've been casting in around that edge. Let's get a little bit more distance out of this cast. See if there's anything out there deeper. Boy, if I hook something big out this far, I'm going to be toast because I'm going to be casting about 30 yards out. Yeah, that's about 30 yards. Man, that is deep. Still sinking. All right, finally on the bottom. Ooh, that's a good, tasty taco bilge. Tasted good. Yep, she's flashing green, so she's about ready to go dead. We're watching her. We're watching her, folks. Let's see. Ryan, how you doing today, Ryan? Ryan says hi. Matthew says, I live in Arkansas. Sometimes you can come up to the Arkansas. We go fishing. You're my new fishing buddy. And I have a friend that lives down in Arkansas, Justin Funderburg. It sounds like fun. That's a bite further out there. Still pecking on it pretty good. Okay. Figure these fish are hungry, just like I am. I don't mind eating them. You know, it took me 2 friggin' hours to dig these suckers. I left the mic over there. Sorry, folks. Now she went dead, folks. Yeah, and we were off camera times today too. I must have bumped it. And Mike is dead now. That sounds like fun. He fishes the White River a lot for rainbow and brown trout. Catches some good smallmouth too. That's another bite on that far rod. One hard pull. Well, I know at least you got the worm in your mouth. Big old grass carcass came up to the top. Got more I was gassed down there. Just in time for the wind to pick up as well. Might be just in time for the wind to pick up a little bit. Guys are still hitting down here. I don't want to quit. Let's see if we can use up our last worm. We got one more worm left, folks. So. Oh, BC, I got you. I thought it meant, I got you. Sorry about that, Crazy. How you doing, Crazy, by the way? Green River, how you doing, my friend? Green River says just stop to give you a like. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you, Green River. 13 incredible people and 115 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Get our battery extender back in. No sense in running the power down on the main cell phone if I don't have to. Cheers. Pop, pop, pop on that far rod. Tell you what, I could probably set this camera up closer to the water. That way I could get an angle of me down there just for a little bit. I want to take a few more casts with those carp down there. I really want to see if I can get one more on for you guys before we leave. Because we've been in over 3 hours. I could probably move this on an angle like this so that I can get a better view of further down there. One good thing about having this tripod is you can move it in a lot of different angles. Assuming I don't get it too close to the water so it gets knocked in. That way you guys can see me down there to the right down there. And if anything hits this, I just want to see if I can get one more of these guys on for you. I could probably move you down there with me for a minute. What the heck, that sounds good. Let's go down there and see if we can. One more of them big guys on. And this bait's been clean. We got one more worm here, folks, so let me just use this last worm up. And we are out of shad as well. We got one more worm in here. One more squirmy wormy. Let's see if we can get this, and then we'll move down there for the last bit of the evening and see if we can get another big old carp on. Maybe get a white bass or two. There are some white bass. I caught like 5 white bass. I was trying to snag shad this morning. Yeah, digging it up and down in that pool, there are a few smaller white bass in there. Not very big, like maybe a quarter of a pound. Barely eater size if you were eating them. Barely what you would consider to be eater size. We are out of bait, folks, so I got 2 little ones in there. I might as well take the shad off for the last cast and use these 2 on one rod. Because this shad is, sorry about that, folks. This shad is all used up. Shad. This can be used today, so let me put this last worm on here. There's one more worm in there. Surprising how long 2 dozen worms will last if you kind of spread them out, break them up into pieces. You pecking on it? Peck. You're all messing with it out there after a couple hours of feeding, especially if it's still eating. Still eating them worms down there. Hop, hop. Oh, come on, man. You're just pulling on it. Dang it. There went that worm. I picked it up and I felt it going like that now. You just grab onto the end of it. Not going all the way. Last worm, folks. See if we can get a bite on it here on a big rod. I'm pretty confident in the number of them down there. So. gonna have to move further down into the gully to be able to get a decent view of them. Oops, that was a, oh, come on. That had to have been gar. I popped that a couple times right there by the bank. I haven't taken any cast down here to the right. Cast down here, down there. Sometimes I'll get a skipjack when I get down here. Come on, big old guards, come on. Anything. I want to get one more fish on for everyone before we hang her up today. Yeah, the sun's getting low already. I forgot I started the feed late today to begin with. It does help, that way I've got food. I don't have to worry about starting the fire and cooking and everything. Alright, I think we're gonna run back to the cove and see if we can get one more reception hit. I'll bring our tablet with us, that way we've got, I can still chat with you guys. It's kind of sunny back there. Pop our, that extender's stuck. Let go. Sheesh, dude. I about pulled the phone off the tripod. Okay. Go back to the gear sometimes. Alright, let's go. Let's see if we can get one more on for you guys back here. Upset some more people. That was fun when we had those. That one fish jumped out of water like a tarpon. All right, Gail, no worries, my friend. Thanks for trying, buddy. I do appreciate it. Let's see, Flava, how you doing, my friend? Flava was the 116th like. Thank you, my friend. Flava says MVP fishing. Flava says trout slayer. And Gail, again, thank you, my friend. Let's see, 8 incredible people in and 120 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let's see if we can get another one of these big guys on. Down back here. gone. Got him. Got him. It's not quite like an Asian carp. Got him. And that's not quite like an Asian carp, folks. We've got something else. What do we got? Oh my God, what are you? Yeah, it is. Just hooked him right in the mouth. All right, folks. It didn't take us long. Got this one right in the mouth. Not very big, 4 or 5 pounds. Come here, big guy. All right. Yeah, it's about 5 pounds. All right, folks. Last fish of the day. I got him right in the mouth, too. Awesome last fish. Now, still go about 5, 6 pounds. Beautiful fish, my friend. I love it. Last fish of the day. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Awesome fish, folks. He's fighting just like a striper or something, because I had him right in the mouth. Yeah, these are big mouth. Incredible, my friends. Gotta love it. Gotta love it, my friends. Beautiful. Look at the chrome on that top of that fish's head. All right, buddy. Let's get you in here for everyone else to check out in here close. Gotta love it. Hey, it's still a river brute, folks. Yep. All right, girl. See ya. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, sirree. One last fish of the day. Awesome, folks. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the show today. Well, I thought that was because you guys had him right in the mouth. And he says, hello, wonderful people. Bonnie says, and thank you guys for coming in. Bonnie says, maybe a carp. Yo says, mystery fish. Abby says, 2 freshwater drum. Yo says, nice Asian carp. Yo says, you. Bonnie says, great last fish of the day. Yep, Abby says, 3 Asian carp. You got it, my friend. Let me pin that up for you, Abby. There you go, Abby. And thank you, Abby. I think we're going to close her down 3 hours and just about 30 minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed the show today. Let's see, 13 incredible people still in. 123 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. It's just incredible. Hope you guys enjoy the show. And Abby says you're welcome. Let's see, Dan says, nice. I'm gonna off to bed. Now, my fishing trips have tired me right out. All right, got you, my friend. I'm just going to have my old good luck. Stay safe. Hope to see you on the water, my friends. Keep doing what you love. Keep them lines tight. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great rest of your evening, my friends. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye.